Welcome to 5 after midnight. Turn back while you still can. One.
I knew that my uncle had died. My mom had called me and told me the news. It was very sad. She told me in the middle of work, and I told one of my co-workers. I was crying at work. He expressed his condolences at my loss. A couple weeks later, my sister mentioned my aunt and uncle doing something, and I said, "But he's dead." And my sister assured me that no, he wasn't. I called my mom. No, he wasn't dead. To this day, I still don't know what happened. I spoke to my coworker, and he remembers the conversation. He even remembers me being on the phone with my mom. It still freaks me out to this day.
Two.
My dad was driving down a long, lonely highway in Ohio, doing about 90 miles an hour in his Z28 with a radar detector. Rolling hills and whatnot meant that cops could hide at the bottom before you could see them and slow down. So, all of a sudden, his radar detector starts blaring and he slams on his brakes. Right over the hill, there's a squad car running radar. He is super relieved, but when he looks at the detector, it's not even on the windshield. It was unplugged and in the glove compartment.
Three.
I was catching a Skytrain in one particular city about 15 minutes from where I get off. While I wait, there is a woman with glazed eyes asking people for money. She came up to me, stopped briefly, and asked, "Excuse me, can you spare some money? My brother is in the hospital and I'd like some money to buy him flowers." That's rich, I thought. Drug addicts are getting more and more obvious with their lines. "Here's $5, I said. I gave it to her without even looking her in the face, convinced of her intentions. Anyway, my train pulls up and I get on. I look through the glass at her walking around asking others for money as the train pulls away. The train arrives at the station about 15 minutes later, and I walk down and out to the bus stop. There is only one bus stop in the direction I'm going, and just my luck, it's there waiting when I get off the train. So I get on the bus and hop and wait for the bus driver to finish reading his paper before the doors close and we embark down the highway. About 5 or 10 minutes of traveling, the bus driver pulls over for a routine stop. The doors open, and to my complete astonishment, the woman from the Skytrain walks on the bus, a dozen roses in hand. She looks me right in the eyes as she walks past to take her seat. How in the blue hell did she get there? I took the train before her. I watched her at the train stop from inside as we pulled away. I went over a river. I caught the first and only bus going this particular direction. And not only did she beat me there, but she had time to go to the store and buy a dozen roses. To this day, I have no idea how that happened.
Four.
When I was 10 years old, I was going to the beach with my aunt and her friends in central Italy in the early 90s. There were 2 cars of us. To get there, we had to go through a very large industrial area. We didn't know the direction, so our car was following the other. Suddenly, the other car did an unexpected turn, and so our driver had to take a sharp bend. In that moment, we hear a very clear, loud voice inside the car saying and laughing, "Sharp bend, hmm?" The driver immediately hit the brakes. We looked at each other, puzzled. We all recognized it as a voice not belonging to any of us. In the very same time frame, we noticed that the other car had stopped as well. The other driver got out of the car with a scared look on his face and shouted to us, Did you hear that as well?" They heard the very same thing inside their car. The area around us was full deserted. The voice scared the shit out of us because it was very clear, near, but not coming from a direction within the car that you could distinguish, like front or rear. It came from inside the car, but with no distinct place. It was like it was mocking us or something. Everybody was scared, and the people in the other car told us that they heard the voice inside their car, and told us the very same words that we just heard. We were there on a hot day under the sun in an area with large streets and absolutely nothing and no one around us. No cars, no people, no buildings. We never figured out what happened.
Five.
As I tell this story, I'm already feeling a deja vu. I've always wanted to share this part of my life with someone, but never have been able to. So, I'll just tell a bunch of people on the internet. One day I was walking to work, and all of a sudden I had an urge to walk a different path than usual. I work downtown in a big city. It was a strange, spur-of-the-moment urge to walk a different way that changed my life forever. I turned into an alley I had never seen before. As I remember it, I made it about 15 feet or so when an actual glitch occurred. Everything in my mind scrambled. I felt like I didn't have a body anymore, just that I was a semi-conscious entity floating through some sort of weird dimension. All of a sudden, in the array of different colors and shapes, a vision came to me. It was a bunch of strange-looking people that in my mind resembled businessmen in suits. They looked startled and panicked that I could see them. One of the people made a quick movement and everything turned to black. When I regained normality, I was on a completely different street. It was the same street that I had always used to walk to work. I felt sick and severely disturbed and depressed. I've never done any hard drugs, never experienced any hallucinations, and I never have had anything like this happen to me before. The weird thing is, when this glitch was correcting itself and I could see those people watching me like a caged animal, I had the feeling that I knew I was being controlled. It still bothers me to this day. Life has seemed different to me ever since. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the show. If you have a story to share, send us an email, like us on Facebook, share, like, and subscribe.